Snipers, you have to see what's happening to the Bitcoin price today as we are breaking a new all-time high against the US dollar for Bitcoin. This is a momentous time for Bitcoin. And what's interesting about this move is it's not retail traders, it's institutional money coming from the record-breaking amount of inflows from ETFs. Let's dive straight into some news here to talk about what's happening. Notice how Bitcoin has surpassed its highest market cap ever at $1.3 trillion, broke all-time highs today against the euro and the pound. And if you look at Bitcoin's chart against the US dollar money supply, we've also already broke a new all-time high, meaning that Bitcoin is entering price discovery. Now, we're going to talk about what the targets are for Bitcoin and what to look forward to moving on into price discovery. What does this mean for Bitcoin's price? But first, let's cover some news here. We've achieved the highest monthly close ever, and we've also surpassed the highest weekly close. Notice how, if you see what's happening to altcoins here, Bitcoin is starting to suck up liquidity from altcoins. I'll tell you exactly why. When we look at Bitcoin dominance, we're going to see a very clear correlation of where Bitcoin dominance is continuing to increase, and now it's breaking major resistance levels. Because guess what? There's no ETFs for altcoins right now, right? And so this is also another supporting fact that this move is primarily institutional money and it's not just retail traders. So a lot to talk about today. And then notice this, S&P 500 just hit 5150 for the first time in history to cover the four-dimensional revolving parts here. And NFT just sold for $16 million, which is the second highest price ever. Of course, Bitcoin almost at a new all-time high against the US dollar, already broken all-time high against the US dollar money supply. Gold is trading 1% away from a new all-time high as well. And then for those of you that have been watching stocks, NVIDIA adding $1.1 trillion to its market cap since October. Look at this as well. Bitcoin is up 45% since spot ETFs were approved on January 11th. What does this mean for the Bitcoin price? We're going to talk about that right now, snipers. Remember to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm if you guys appreciate this content. It's been a while since we've been on YouTube, but we wanted to give you guys an update, of course, because this is a very crucial moment for Bitcoin. Let's dive straight into what's happening here. If we look at the charts, just notice how Bitcoin right now, obviously about to break this new all-time high. What does that mean for the price? And what targets are we looking at? And do we have a potential cup and handle that may form here where we could actually get a very accurate price target? Let's just take the cup and handle target. If we were to assume a cup and handle, what that would mean is that we may see a slight pullback here, potentially towards 60,000, 55,000, before another impulse move to the upside, because obviously nothing just goes up straight in a line. But let's just look at a potential target here. If we were to assume a cup and handle formation, we want to take the base of the cup to the neckline, and then we would go ahead and look at where that would put us. We are now talking about a potential target here of 120,000 US dollars per Bitcoin, which would actually make a lot of sense because remember this, snipers, one unique thing about our channel is that we cover the four-dimensional revolving parts in the market, right? Because they definitely influence Bitcoin. And you could have predicted this move if you were watching the NASDAQ over the last few months, surpassing all-time highs. That's the tech sector in the stock market. So, of course, Bitcoin being one of the most advanced technologies in the world, I wouldn't even say most advanced, but one of the most reliable technologies in the world, why wouldn't it follow the NASDAQ? We always correlate Bitcoin to the NASDAQ. What you'll notice here is if we were to just look at the NASDAQ's market structure, the NASDAQ is already in price discovery, breaking new all-time highs, and it already actually had its own version of this cup and handle. And so this would be very similar market structure. It wouldn't be a surprise for Bitcoin to continue moving up towards that $100,000 level, potentially towards that $120,000 level, just like what's happening here at the NASDAQ. So I think this is extremely important to monitor here. What's also very interesting, as I've mentioned at the beginning of this video, is Bitcoin against the money supply right now is already breaking new all-time highs. This is a more accurate depiction of Bitcoin's value because it factors in the money supply of the US dollar, not just the actual US dollar value. And so with the US still printing more money after we started to see some banks go down, the money supply increased despite interest rates being up. And that's why you can see Bitcoin's already broken an all-time high against the money supply. So a very interesting market to say the least here. A very exciting time to be in the markets. Even Japan's economy is crushing it. Look at the Japanese stock market, actually breaking into price discovery in and of itself. You can see it recently broke this all-time high that was set in 1989. And so we are seeing a lot of enthusiasm across the board. And let's just check out Ethereum really quick, because we do have Ethereum making a move as well. Probably the next one up to have a spot ETF approved, since they already have futures, right? Notice how we are now in this higher range between 34.54 is the major support, and then we have the immediate short-term resistance of 39.36, pretty much 4,000 US dollars. And then above that is our last major resistance at 43.73. And then we enter price discovery for Ethereum. So I think there's a lot of opportunity on the table for altcoins right now, especially Ethereum, since we know that institutional money can flow into it. And notice how Bitcoin dominance is making a major statement here by breaking this major resistance level, telling us that this enthusiasm is mainly here for Bitcoin. I know Shiba Inu had a huge pop recently. A lot of altcoins are doing well, but of course they're going to rise as Bitcoin goes up. But the real question is, where's the institutional money going? And you can see Bitcoin flirting with this major resistance level in terms of dominance. And we've already sort of pushed through it. What could that mean for the overall altcoin market? What could that mean for Bitcoin? In my opinion, Ethereum is up next for a spot ETF to be launched. That's even more institutional money coming into Ethereum. And of course, Bitcoin already on its way to price discovery, potentially towards that $120,000 target. We'll continue to monitor the price. If you guys appreciate this content, you want more of this content, smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm snipers. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I know it's been 9 months and we were making videos at the depths of the bear market. I was there for every single point of the bear market until we started to see price action move to the upside. Things started to get better. And of course, retail wasn't actually the ones responsible for this upside over the recent times. It's mainly been institutions, which is going to be interesting to see how much and how many of you guys are still engaged, because for the most part, this doesn't need retail. Retail does not need to be involved for this price action to occur. We're now seeing institutional money flow into the market, so it's quite a feat for Bitcoin to reach this stage where now institutional money is directing the price. And of course, if you look at gold, when a spot ETF was announced back in the day, it went on a 8-year bull run. I think over 350% upside after that spot ETF. And so we haven't even seen the Bitcoin halving yet. That's coming up in April. So there's a ton of potential upside here on the table. We're seeing record numbers of inflows coming into these ETFs. And I think we're going to continue to see that trend over the next few days. And so this is a very exciting time. I appreciate each and every one of you guys tuned into the channel. If you guys appreciate this content, smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. And I will see you guys next time. Snipers out.